Brilliant. Okay. Hi, everyone. I'm Michael. I'm UK account director at Spark Foundry. So here alongside Ben, we handle all of RDG, which is Rail Delivery Group's media planning and buying and advertising strategy. So we're here to talk to you guys today about a really exciting campaign that we worked on last year on our 1625 Railcard, and I'll let Ben kind of go into a bit more detail around all things Railcard and RDG.
Cool. Like Michael said, I'm Ben Davies. I'm campaigns manager at Rail Delivery Group. You may be wondering what Rail Delivery Group is, and essentially we look after the brand National Rail, and we also retail rail cards as well. So I'll provide a bit more context to that as well. But we work with all the different train operating companies as well, so we kind of provide services and products to them that they can use across the industry. So we're kind of, I don't want to say above them, but we're kind of there to kind of showcase like what can be done across industry as opposed to kind of the regionality like TOCs do themselves. And TOC, means train operating companies, so it's a lot of abbreviations, but yes. So yes, generally in rail it's been quite a challenging few years. Cost of living crisis, obviously, a lot of people mention that, personal life and business, but has really had a hard effect on train travel since kind of pre-COVID years as well. Find around a third of people plan to travel less, which obviously has a massive effect on us, and that then in turn has an effect on railcard sales as well. So it's just something we've seen across the board that really affects that. And the dreaded S-word strikes, which we all hate to see as consumers and as people that work in the industry, that has a massive knock-on effect, not only towards kind of positivity, which really, really plummets when there's strikes on, but also in terms of our media and our marketing we do, because what we do in RDG is whenever there's strikes, we make sure we pause activity because we don't want to seem tone deaf, don't want to really be singing about like rail cards and how good train travel is when there's actually no trains running. So it really does affect what we can do, and we have to be quite agile and flexible. So it does cause a lot of kind of negativity across the board with marketing. And we have a lot of different third-party retailers as well. So like I said, we're National Rail, and we retail our rail cards through railcard.co.uk, and that's where we kind of get all our sales and revenue, but also our first-party data as well. But we do have a lot of third-party retailers that advertise for us and also sell and retail our products as well. Trainline being obviously the kind of main one. They really drive a lot of the revenue and sales for rail cards, which is great, really good for the whole industry as a whole. And then we also have people like Trip.com who do kind of the £1 flash sales as well, that we're seeing a bit more of these days. And the likes of Uber, we start to get involved in like railcard sales as well. So there's a lot of kind of players in the same pool, which kind of contributes a bit of a diluted media contribution. So this is felt mostly across our 1625 railcard product, which the activity we'll show you in a second is all based on. This is our hero product. We retail 9 of the rail cards, so obviously you've got 16 to 25 rail card, but you've got your family and friends, your senior, etc. So this is really felt mostly across that product. As I said, it's our hero. It brings in our most of our revenue. It brings in the most sales as well. So every year we really focus on it around this time really, when students go back to school, or university and college. So it's really key for us to keep pushing that. And the reason we're kind of affected, I guess, by the third-party retailers is, obviously, like I mentioned, it's great that Trainline sell the rail cards, and it does bring more revenue to us, but it also brings more journeys, but we don't then get the first-party data, so then we're not able to kind of keep kind of marketing towards them. And what we like to do at RDG is when we really want to get our customers on as young as possible, so ideally with the 16 to 25 rail card, and then we can keep them in that life cycle. So we have a renewal program that kind of pushes them through to the next one, so 26 to 30, they can then potentially go to family and friends, and then from there we want to get them all the way to senior. So ideally we want to keep them for life. So that's why it's quite important we have quite a strong media presence to ensure that we're able to capture that data. So like I said, every year we have kind of a student railcard campaign, as we call it, which is live right now. So hopefully, well, some of you may see it depending on your age. But essentially, we always every year do the kind of standard social media, so like TikTok, Snapchat, Facebook, Instagram, digital display. We do a bit of out of home and student halls and residents as well to be quite targeted. But with everything I've just gone through, we did notice, we're not seeing the contribution and the sales we need from our channels. We are in the industry, but not our specific channels. So we really wanted to kind of work with Spark, our media agency, to kind of find an idea that kind of stood out the crowd a bit. So that's what Michael will talk through now.
Brilliant, thanks Ben. So when Ben came to us, obviously we had a whole suite of insights at our disposal, and being part of Publicist Group, we have access to a really brilliant tool called Publicist Match. So a lot of kind of audience planning tools usually would tell you, which channels over-index or which channels are right for our audience, but we can literally plug in the campaign and the brief and the KPI, and it will spit out which channels are really, really relevant for driving fame. In this case, we wanted to drive fame to really disrupt the market. We haven't got the budgets to compete with the likes of Trainline and some of the other kind of players in the market. So kind of taking a step back and looking at this audience planning tool really, really helped inform an avenue that we could do to change things. And we also spoke to a panel that we have as well called The Street. So we wanted to get under the skin of the gamers and really, really make sure that we were when we enter this space, making sure that we enhance their gameplay and give something back. We know that, in order for us to do that, we need to not be intrusive. We need to enhance the gameplay. It's an area that people go to for escapism from their normal kind of stresses of daily life. So we should be kind of helping them along their journey. And there was also another really great insight that people play lots and lots of Roblox in the UK, and they spend lots and lots of time traveling across the different worlds. So Roblox is built up of loads of different worlds, and obviously great for us being a travel provider, this insight, because that then gives us lots to work off. Sorry. So for anyone who's unfamiliar with Roblox, it's an online gaming platform that's been around since 2006, and over the last few years it's really, really supercharged. There's about 4.3 million active users every month in the UK, and obviously 40% of those are bang on for our target audience, 16 to 25. It's probably the closest thing we have to a metaverse, which is obviously the cutting edge of tech, and also thanks to the latest ad tech advancements, we can now add kind of gameplay integrations and experiences, and also make sure that we're only targeting 18 plus users. So no one under the age of 18 can be kind of exposed to our ads. We want to make sure that we're not exposing the brand and being as brand safe as we possibly can. So what do? So we built a custom branded 16 to 25 train station in the platform. So what this enabled players to do was get into the train platform, and they could then go all across the different Roblox worlds to their favorite destinations. To top it off, we put a brand ambassador in the middle. And what do I mean by brand ambassador? Well, a ticket inspector, where we could talk to the ticket inspector, learn more about the product. And to top it all off, any players that went through the train carriage, when they come out the other side at their chosen destination, got a free branded Railcard hat to use in their virtual Roblox world forever. So really, really nice way of us, enhancing that gameplay, being authentic, and not too disruptive, really. For any kind of eager campaign or drum readers, we got a ton of earned coverage, which we're super proud of, and all of the kind of big articles. It was pretty much everywhere. And the results were staggering. We delivered just over 2.9 million station entries. So that's people just going into the station. 541,000 journeys were taken. And that means 541,000 hats were also given out. We saw a 10% plus increase in 1625 sales directly contributing to this campaign, and one of our lowest CPAs we've ever seen as well. To top it off, we also got 2 industry awards, and we're still counting because we're up for the campaign media awards or Media Week awards in the next few weeks as well.
And also as well, internally at work, I've had to present this like 3 times at an all-staff event. So it's got a lot of interest, but also with all the train companies we work with as well. They want to always constantly know more about it, which is quite interesting because it's the first time it's really been done, especially from the train industry point of view as well. So yeah, it causes a lot of conversations, and I'm constantly have to dust off the old presentation to present the results and how we did it. So yeah, it's been a good one.
Cool. Anyone have any questions at all? Amazing. Well, thanks, everyone.
Thank you very much. Cheers.